This is absolute insanity, what I just read. So guys, of course, like always, I stumble upon a lot of articles by accident, and they just seem to be in perfect timing of everything that is going on. So of course I come across an article that at first when I read the word, I was like, no, there's no way this is what they mean. I was so confused, I had to look the word up again to make sure I was understanding what I was reading. So apparently, vasectomies appointments went up 1,200% after Trump won the election. That means a bunch of dudes are out there getting their shit snipped so that they can't create babies or make babies. Well, one side of me is like, well, these are guys that we don't want reproducing anyway, right? We don't want them procreating, reproducing, having little vaginas of themselves, versions of themselves running around, acting a fool, screaming and carrying on. Now, I can't imagine a man going around and saying, I stand by women's rights, I'm going to get my dick snipped. Now, that procedure is irreversible. Some people say you can. There was one case where it did reverse itself because the way it works is when they snip the tube, if you will, that produces the sperm, or rather transports the sperm to the penis. They used to attach it to the, I guess, sac wall, and it actually grew itself back, and one guy got his wife pregnant, and he was motherfucking his wife because he thought he thought she was cheating on him, and it wound up being that had grown back. So now they taper it off and they leave him hanging or some shit like that. I don't even know how it works exactly. I know it's a roundabout ways. I know a couple of guys I worked with got it done, and ever since then I call them vaginas. No man should get that procedure done unless you want to live the life of a single bachelor for the rest of your life and you don't want any kids, probably. But that is something that once it's done, you can't reverse it. And a couple of guys have not regretted it, but like, I wish they could have had one more kid. That is not meant to be done. You're not meant to have a vasectomy on any fucking... A guy's not supposed to do that, like, at all, like, ever. But a lot of dudes I know do it. And I'm like, well, now you're a vagina. You're forever vagina. Not the point. Point of this video, guys, is that there are men out there that are like, I'm going to help my girlfriend not get pregnant, and I'm going to have a vasectomy. And then what? If you break up with her, if she leaves you because she wants to have a kid and you can't, you just screwed yourself. Now, these are just appointments. I don't know whether or not people actually went through with that, but Planned Parenthood, the enemy, saw a 1,200% rise in appointments for vasectomy. Again, I had to look it up because I was sitting there staring at the word really hard, like I was hoping that word changed to something else, like vaginisectomy. I was just staring, I was like, no. The insanity of the left is that they're that sick that they are willing to clip their nuts. And again, I understand that these are people we don't want having kids, but still, the insanity that goes along with it, in that you agree with your girlfriend, or some of these guys definitely had their girlfriend and or wives talk him into this. Had them talk them into an irreversible procedure. Now, some doctors say that it can be reversed, and another doctors will tell you cannot be reversed. Again, there was that one case. So, if it can be reversed, I guess, maybe, but why go through that? I don't want anything sharp around my nuts. Nothing. So that is out. Like, there's something called self-control. If you don't want any kids, have self-control. Put a condom on. There's a million things you can do. You know, I mean, you can put your nuts in the microwave, anything, instead of having somebody snip your shit. So, with that, guys, Planned Parenthood also saw an increase in birth control pills, IUDs, and gender-affirming care. So, these people, because Trump won, they made all these appointments, I'm thinking before January 20th, and they're running out there to get their IUDs, to get their birth control pills, and for some of these gender-affirming kids to get their nuts snipped, or medications for the grow breast or whatever it is, or to stop their hormones from going on. And this was a dramatic increase, they said, over the last few weeks, or 2 weeks rather, 2 week time period, they saw this spike in psychologically unsound people making unsound decisions. Now, birth control and IUDs are not bad. That I get and I understand. You probably should have been on it anyway. But gender affirming care and vasectomies. People are probably rushing to get their kids on hormonal treatments before he gets in office because he's going to outlaw it, as it rightfully should be done. It should not be, there shouldn't be kids of 12, 13, 9 having any kind of gender affirming anything done to them until they're 18 or 21, maybe 30 years old. But back to the vasectomy. I don't understand. I don't understand it. I mean, like, again, I know these are people we don't want to reproduce, but it's still the fact that you are ultimately about to end the one thing that can create life because you don't like who's president in the United States. That just doesn't make sense to me. And one side of me, I'm sort of happy, like, all right, these are idiots, so fine, we don't need more idiots on the planet. But another side of me is like, these people are taking this to a whole new level of stupidity. A whole new level of stupidity because a president won and they don't want to have kids while he's president of the United States. Whatever, man. See you guys later.